the divine feet of Krishna, Avishnati, not as unforgetfulness. Unforgetfulness of the remembrance of Krishna consciousness of his divine feet. Prishthite Krishna Pararavindayo Hinoti Avadran. It will dissipate, destroy. Abhadra. Abhadra, no bhadra, is desirable. What is not good, the element that is not good in us, nasty, which is nasty, which is impure within us, that will be destroyed by the continuance of Krishna consciousness in any stage, in its lower stage, in slightest negligent connection, even can destroy the undesirability of our connection with things of lower nature. Hinoti abhadrani cha samtanoti, and it will promote mangalam, that is goodness within us. Samtanoti. Saptasya suddhi, the substantial character of our existence will be improved. Saptasya suddhi, our soul existence, that will be purified. Our standpoint, our understanding, our aspiration, everything will be purified. Paramatma Bhakti, and we shall attain our deep devotion, attachment towards the super subjective Jnanancha, and our knowledge, our conception about the same will improve. Jnanancha, one word missing, three-lettered word. Jnanancha, viraga yuktam. And Vairagya are the two correlative terms. Gyan Vairagya, Gyanancha, Viraga Yuktam. One word missing from the memory. And the knowledge, the conception about that will have in its retinue a proper conception and apathy to this mundane world. Viraga, Ananja, Viraga Yukta, Avishnati Krishna Pada. So anyhow, we have to maintain our Krishna consciousness Here the advice is that you try to maintain Krishna consciousness. It is the medicine, and there is no other medicine which can produce Krishna consciousness, cure our disease and discover Krishna consciousness within us. Krishna consciousness is the cause of Krishna consciousness. And we have to get help from the sadhus who has got Krishna consciousness within them. Just as from one light another candle may be lighted. The candle cannot produce light from within, but it is to be lighted from another candle. Something like that. You have to we have to awaken our buried Krishna consciousness, which is covered by Anyavilash Karma Gyan. That should be awakened with the help of another light. That will come to help the slept Krishna consciousness within us and our consciousness which arises from its sleep as it is. So method is like that. Sadhu Sangha, Krishna Janmamul, Krishna Bhakti Janmamul hai Sadhu Sangha. At the same time, it is told that it is ahitiki, causeless. How to harmonize? Krishna Bhakti, the faith in Krishna, and the devotion towards Krishna, we can get from the sadhu. At the same time, it is told that it is causeless. So, Chakravarti Thakur has ahituki apatihata sabai pungsang paro dharmo jatu bhakti radhukshaji ahituki apatihata. It is causeless and it cannot be checked. Ahitukka patihata sabai pungsang paro dharmo jatu bhakti radhukshaji ahitukka patihata jayatma suprasidati or samprasidati. When it is awakened within our heart, we can feel that the heart is getting wonderfully satisfied. The satisfaction is produced in our heart, we can feel it. Ahituki apratihata, no cause and cannot be checked, cannot be any opposition, cannot have any effect there. It is such. Then bhakta samjataya bhaktya. Bhakti comes from bhakti. So it is ahituki. The light is there, another candle is lighted from the light coming. So it is ahituki. In this way we have to trace the original light, that is eternal self-existent, and it is extending itself. So it has no cause, it is causeless. The cause is there eternally and it is only extending itself. And apatihata, it may be temporarily it may be opposed or apparently checked, but it neha vikramana sasti pastavayu nividdati. It won't leave you. For the time being, it may be suppressed a little, but it cannot be finished. It is of eternal type. Eternal type. It has got connection with the eternal aspect of the universe. So, Pratihada. We have to come near such sort of existence. We have to come in connection with that plane of life, a particular plane, plenary. Existence or acquaintance of nature. It is there. Only we have to have connection with it. Avishyati Krishna Padaravindayo Khinatta Bhadrani Chatham Tanoti Sattasya Saddhin Paramatma Bhaktim Jnanam cha Vijnana Viraga Yuktam. That Vijnana, that was missing. Jnanam cha Vijnana Viraga Yuktam. Jnana means direct knowledge of the thing, and the Vijnana, that's a systematic knowledge. In Bhagavad Gita also we find in Vijnana, Jnanam teham savijnanam idam vakkam afisato jajñatta bhuyo anna jnatavyam avasishyati. Savijnanam, jnanam, savijnanam. Jnana means the general knowledge, and the Vijnana means the knowledge of its constituent parts, of the system, systematic knowledge. So Jnanam cha Vijnana Viraga Yuktam. You will attain the knowledge of the Absolute as a system, a part, hierarchy, gradation. And Virag means twofold meaning. One negative and another positive. Negative, you will have no attraction for non-God. That is mundane attachment. No attraction for mundane necessity. And the positive, Vishishti Raga. You will have Vishishta, excellent raga, attachment. Vishishta. Which is accepted by calculation and elimination. That sort of raga in a proper place, not in the approximate good, bad, all mixture, not that, but eliminated attraction, adjusted attraction you will have. Viraga Yuktam, Jnanam cha Vijnana Viraga Yuktam, the knowledge that is supported by attraction and also experience of this system, as much as necessary in any part of it. Discriminative attachment. Attachment for the eye, attachment for the nail. Then it should not be equal. Adjusted attachment in a particular system, more or less. The attachment should be well adjusted. However, how much is necessary, attention is necessary according to that. The head is the more important and the leg is little less. In this way, proper adjusted attachment for the systematic whole, they will acquire gradually. First hazy, a mass of attraction, and then the attraction will be systematized as much as will come in connection with the other side, the object of your attachment. In a systematic way you will be able to realize. Hari Krishna, Gaudari, Abhishnati Krishna Padara Vindayo, Khinoti Abhadrani, Cha Sang Tanoti, in general way, the good advancement. Sattasya Suddhing, your understanding in its progress will eliminate undesirable portion from it. Your conception will be more clear and clear, more and more clear. So undesirable things from your conception will gradually vanish, and it will lead to the perfect conception, Sattasya Shuddhi. In the beginning, the Sattva, what you come to understand approximately to be eternal Satchidananda. But there will be gradual development of your understanding more clear and more pure. First, a mass of light, then a figure, then the potency, then the lila with the potency. In this way, your approach will be closer and closer, and many things, close and minute things will come to your view. The minutest part also, detailed things, the full Chidvilas will be gradually like close to you, or you will be led closer to the specified, differentiated view of the plane, higher and higher in this way. Development, progressing life in bhakti, in devotion. Hari Krishna. Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Any question?
So when it says Bahunam Jamanamam Te Jnanavamam Prapadyante Vasudeva Savamiti.
Pravadati Vasudeva Savam. From Brahma conception, the different installment. First, all consciousness. Then the consciousness is of individual character. Individuality is added to consciousness. No consciousness can exist without personality. The consciousness is personal. The next step will come. The consciousness is personal. Personality and the consciousness, that is, cannot be separated one from the another. What is differentiated from personality, that is only a halo of the personality, something like that is Brahma. There also minutest personality, combination of Okharam. Okharad, Avichut, Kharadutita, Okharad, Avichut. Khara means perishable, changing, or unchangeable, eternal. Substance of two kinds, changing or unchanging. Khara sarvani bhutani, whatever we see in the changing aspect of the world, that is called khara. And the okshara, unchangeable. I am transcending, I exist transcending both of these two substances, khara, okshara. I am Purushottama. So my name is Purushottama. Purushottama means Vasudeva. Vasudeva. Bahunam Janmanamante. When the Jnani, the impersonal school, they come to understand that the prime cause of consciousness of their quest is personal one. Then they come to conceive Vasudeva. But such Jnanis are very rarely to be found. Mostly Jnanis cannot cross this line. They are lost there. And vimuktamanina tajjasta bhavat avishuddha buddhaya arujya kisrena parang padam tatapatam tadhu anaditya dushantamanga. Generally, the general fate of the Jnanis to climb up to the highest position with great effort. And then when they cannot catch that consciousness means person, cannot cross that. They have to revert back, come back, fall back. And those that can cross, yes, the consciousness means person, the big personality, I am small. So bhakti begins there. The relation of subordination of the lower to the higher, that comes to be affected. And Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha, and such a person amongst the Jnani is very rarely to be found who can take the positive connection of the higher aspect of life, Sudurlabha. And mostly they come back. They have to come back from that. After much penances, they climb back to that high mark, and because they not accommodate that the higher entity must be dealt with devotion, so they have to come back. And those that Vasudeva Sarvam is Vasudeva, is personal, Purushottama, but they can cross the line and they enter Vaikuntha. And there we are told gradually, as their vision grows more and more, they can find potency on the side of the personal God. Then becomes the devotee of Lakshmi Narayana. Lakshmi Narayana and enters completely in Vaikuntha Seva. But there is all reverence. There are Shastric rules and there are examples of the higher realized souls to guide them. And they do not find the whole of their innate nature having full engagement, some sort of thirst, have no corresponding relation to satisfy its inner tendency. And when they feel some urge from within, they have to search after other rasa. A purer friendship, friendly service, then the filial service, and the madhura rasa service, service of the sweetheart, concerthood, urges him to go up or go deeper, and gradually coming in contact with such agents, gradually they find their own heart blossoming, and blossoming to its fullest extent takes him gradually towards Goloka Vrindavan. So you can see that what was Brahma, then Paramatma or Vasudev, then Lakshmi Narayan, that has gradually coming to him as Krishna consciousness, not Narayana consciousness. Superseding Narayana consciousness, he comes in contact with Krishna consciousness of the reality. He finds himself awakened in a plane where he sees the all-connecting, all-harmonizing principle is no longer Narayana, but he is Krishna. As Krishna, fully awakened, his heart also fully awakened, and at the same time he says that the environment, the object of his search is also fully equipped, full-fledged theism, the theistic conviction receives its satisfaction in the fullest way. Just as with the opening of the eye we can see the world, and according to the degree of our sight, we come to the subtlest thing of the environment. So also, by our inner awakening of the fullest type, we come to a particular world, environment, and that is Vrindavan, Goloka. Vrindavan, the land of love, spontaneous river, movement is spontaneous, and all around we find only friendly, clean, friendly, and very intimacy, and no quench for higher, but with a quench, eternal quench of coming in closer relation with them, closer connection with them. No possibility of any higher change of environment. But that is almost final. And now only remaining things, how to come in from closer to more close connection with the environment. And that becomes the initiative of our movement there. More and more intimate connection with the environment. Environment is eternal, but the intimacy, there is the competition. The movement and the guidance is there. That is what may be thought as Nitya Leela. Nitya Leela. Leela means movement, some sort of necessity, repetition, but ever new, only question of time. Every day when I am hungry in the morning, it is tasteful, food is tasteful to me, not always. So, by the movement of the time, it is like that. Everything is palatable, not stale. It is managed by Yoga Maya in such a way. Then Gita is eternal. Fullest satisfaction of all the inner parts of our system, the wholesale satisfaction of every atom of our constituent part of our spiritual body. And this way things go. Prasiyanga lagikande prasiyanga mo. Every limb, every part of my limb cries for the corresponding part of the limb of the other side. The sambandha, it may come to such a stage that every atom constituting my body, my spiritual body, mind, whatever it may be, will aspire after the union of the every corresponding part of the environment. And this way, in such friendly way, so many are moving there, and it is adjusted by Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Patiyanga lagi kandi, patiyanga mo. The highest concept. Every atom in my existence is in loving aspiration with the environment, and that is Krishna. Krishna consciousness has circulated me. Has circulated means from all sides it has embraced me. I am lost in the thought of Krishna consciousness, which is detailed, elaborate acquaintance. I am merged in the deepermost part of Krishna consciousness, where I shall feel as Krishna has captured every atom of my existence. Every atom is feeling as if separate pleasure by his embracing. By his embracing, and that also, and that is possible in only concerthood of relationship, that every atom has been embraced, captured, come into in most intimate connection. Adi Ras or Mukhya Ras. The name of Madhura Ras is Adi Ras. That is the most original, that is the source of all other rasas. All other rasa is dependent on it, Adi Ras. And the Mukhya Ras, all rasa is represented there, all other rasa. Sum total of all rasa, of course with the gist of them. We are told like that, and Mahaprabhu came with this, Anarpita Charing Chirat. What? It is considered never any distribution, possible distribution of it was previously before Mahaprabhu. In Jaiva Dharma we find one Vaishnava is asking his Gurudev that devotion that is eternal, but why do you say that it came from Mahaprabhu? Then there's his Guru, that Paramahansa Babaji, his Guru, is saying, I visited Vrindavan and asked the eternal servitor of Sri Chaitanya Dev, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Anarpita Charing Chirat, what is the meaning underlined? What has never been dealt with before. Then he told, Bhakti is eternal, generally. In Narad Sutra, Sandilya Sutra, all these things. But the type of devotion, what Mahaprabhu, what we meet after the advent of Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya Dev, that was not previously any time open to the ordinary person. So it is called Anarpita Charing. And what is that? And this is that. This complete surrender to Krishna in concerthood of relation, where every atom of the jiva soul get welcome and embraced by the corresponding atom of Krishna consciousness, Madhura Rasa. That was not open to the public before. This is my finding or my faith. You may accept or may not accept. Sanatana Goswami told this to the Vaishnava Acharya. This is my private conception. You may take it or may not. Sanatana Goswami told. So, devotion in general, there is beginning. Prayana munayo rajan nivitta vidhishedatha nadgannasta ramanti sma gunanu bhajani hari. Kasani hari. Atma Ramascha Munayo Nirkantayo Purukrame Udbanta Hoitu King Bhaktim Ittam Bhutu Guno Hari. Begins from here. Parinishthito Vinargunne Uttama Shloka Lidaya Grihita Cheta Rajarsi Akhanam Yadhitava. The beginning of Bhakti, the Shantarasa, Chatusam Jashyaravindanayasya Padarvindam Kinyalka Mistra Tulasi Makaranda Vayu Antargata Savivadina Chakarati Sam Shankhuha Mukhara Yusam Vijitra Tanno. The primary admission into devotional school above Gyan Vairagya, Shantarasa. No tathami priyatamo natmajo nirna sankara. Nacha sankarsana nasri naivatma tajata bhavan. Step by step, the development of the devotional school has been proved here. So gradation is there. Bahunang janmanamanti gyanuvan man prabuddhati Vasudeva Sarvam Samahatma Sudurlabha. The beginning of devotional life. And then there is step by step going up in Ramananda Lal. Varnasrama Charavata Purushena Parapuman Vishnu Radhati Pantha Nanyattattu Sukarunam. The beginning. Jat karushi jadasnasi jat juhushi jadasi jat tavasya konteya tat kurusya madatpanam. Second step. Third, Brahma bhuta prasannatma no shuchiti no kangsati samasat veshu bhuteshu madhubhaktim lavati param. Now third was sadbhadharman parityajya Magmekam saranam vaja ahangtang sarvabhapi bhu mukshai shamimajika aggai bhugnam dosan mayadishtan apishakam dharman samtajya sarvan sunangvaji satsattam. Then fourth, Brahma bhuta prasannatma no sochati nugangsati samasat vish bhuteshu madhbhaktim lavati. Then all the Ehobhajya, the fourth step Ehobhajya. Then Gyani Prayasam Udapasya Namantaiva Jivanti Sanmukaritang Bhavadiya Vartang Sthane Sthita Sujiratang Tanuvang Manogi Ji Prayasu Jita Jita Posita Istidakam. That is the split. Ya hai Age Kaho Aar. Then Ki Dasan Tasya Tirtha Padakimba Dasanam avasishyati, sixth. Then the Sakharasa, and then Vatsadarasa, Yoha Ehuttam, then Madhurarasa. In this way it is going up. Systematically we have to understand and digest what is Bhakti. At the beginning we must have a broad conception of the positive world, the world of dedication, the world of exploitation we are living in at present. Just the opposite life is possible, similar. A systematic and progressive life of dedication, and the renunciation that is in the middle. We must have Tedha Nidadhi Patam, three steps of the Lord: exploitation, renunciation, and dedication. The basic faith we must have of such a conception. Then we have to look at the different structure there, how we have to test. We must have a scientific conception of devotional school. It is not whimsical. It is not unsubstantial, which cannot be proved. But it has got its proof. It has got its real nature. But the taste will be of different type. One that is, telescope cannot be used as for microscope. Microscope cannot be used as telescope. So the praman, the proof, the guarantee that will be of different nature. What is applicable for the mundane science, that test cannot be applied in the transcendental plane. So that has got the standard of measurement that is different. And we have to acquaint ourselves with them. What is the criterion, the standard of measurement, of taste, of the transcendental world? We have to get that. Then we will be able to understand that any whimsical statement is not transcendental truth. It has got its specific characteristic. Jatamat tatapat. Any opinion of any man has got any value there. This sort of anarchical position is not there. That is more systematic, more truthful. Vidyam bhastramatra vastu shivadam. It is apparent, and that is reality. And that reality can be known by the dint of reality. By the power of reality, it is to make himself known that is in his hand. Nayamatma pravachanena labha namay dhayava bhuvna sudena. Worldly qualification is not sufficient to get that. Jame vaisha bhinuti tena labha. This one path we are recommended. By His grace we can know Him, no other alternative. Jame vaisha bhinuti tena labha. Whoever is graced by His selection to know Him, he can only know. Otherwise it is impossible. All right reserved. If he wants to make himself known to another, then that another will know him. The only path that shows the path, grace, kripa, that is the way. Otherwise, unvulnerable, unapproachable. Nayamatma pravachanena labho no medhaya bhavo. High intellectualism, high scholarship, a genius, scholarship of a genius. Pravachanena labho, and who can describe and deliver lectures in a beautiful way. Pravachanena labho no medhaya bhavuna sudena, vast study. No, everything is useless. Useless. Jame Vaishya Bhunti, only one way. That selection, appointment must come from that quarter to take in. Here visa cannot be granted by the passport officers. The visa can only be granted by that domain. These passport officers are helpless to give any visa. So it must come from the other world. So, Yame Vaisha Banute Tena Labha. Yes, you may come in. You are desirable. You come in. You may come in. You are desirable. That sort of visa have to come compulsory for entering that land. Yame Vaisha Banute Tena Labha. Tasya Atma Vivinuti Tanu Sam. Then he will make himself known clearly and more intimately in his progressive, according to development of his inner progress. As much as he will be able to accept the nationality of that land, he will be so much adored there. He will be taken into secrecy of all serious departments if he can prove that he won't be a traitor at any time. Eternally accepted the nationality of that country. He will be given full confidence there according to his adjustment. Improvement in the adjustment, he will be allowed to enter into deepermost position. Hari Krishna, Gaur Hari, Gaur Hari, Gaur. Nidai Gaur Hari, Gaur, Nidai Gaur Hari, Gaur. Sukh, happiness, Rasa Vaisha. Now the quality of the rasa, that is all. Higher Ras, only by dedication, by surrender and dedication, we can attain the higher Ras and the higher type of gentlemen, their intimate company. We can acquire by dedication, that is devotion. And the dedication of the quality and the quantity. Two things to be controlled. Dedication of class, quality, and the quantity. Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Nidai Gaur Hari Bol, Nidai Gaur Hari Bol. Nidai Gaur Hari Bol, Nidai Gaur Hari Bol. Nidai Gaur Hari Bol, Nidai Gaur Hari Bol. Nidai Gaur Hari Bol. A quality that is of innumerable kind, the differentiation, the quantity also. Degree of affinity and the nature of affinity. Division, subdivision, subdivision. There are branches, different branches. Guru Goswami has given especially in Madhur Rasa, he has classified in the Jal Nilmani. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the science of general devotion, he takes it the general bhakti and the bhakti gradual development, and the highest position it comes to Madhur Rasa. It is closed there, Bhakti Rasamrita in the first part. And then second part, Ujjal Nilmani. There only Madhur Rasa has been dealt with in details. I have not gone through it, but only Chaitanya Charitamrita and other places. We did not venture to enter into the details of Madhur Rasa. Our Guru Maharaj did not like it, but it will come irresistibly within you. You go on, Savan Kirtan, Ujjala Raga Pathu Gaurava Bhangi. Full rushing of angels, we have to say, it is so high. When it will come, it will awaken within you. You won't be awakened by any other person. Oh, an example was given by Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj in a general way. That Babaji Maharaj, he used to live in a very small hut on the banks of the Ganges. Another gentleman, imitating him, erected a similar cottage nearby. And physically, he used to make penances like Babaji Maharaj, eating, not eating, taking bath, some days not taking bath in this way, physical austerity. Then his remark came one day to one sadhu. Only entering the laboring room, a girl cannot produce a child. A mere imitation. But many things necessary beforehand. So, and also there is another tale. A girl talking to his mother. When when the child will come out of my womb, mother, you please awaken me at the time. The mother told, no, you will awaken me at the time. It won't be necessary that I shall rouse you from your slumber. So a child is coming, you awake. It is not like that. So the Sahajiya, Babaji, they are laboring hard externally to produce some child. But our Guru Maharaj told, it is no easier thing. Muktanam Rishiddhanam Narayan Parasudurlava Prasantatma Koti Shapi Mahamuni. It is highest of the highest. So won't allow you to venture to run towards that extremity. No. And behold, the day will dawn by the grace of the Lord. You will not be able to resist that thing. That tendency within you. You go on. Hetamadi Sechinitya Savan Kirtanadi Jal. The duty of the Mali, of the disciple, to pour water into the root. And natural growth there will be. And then the fruit will come down from here, he will test in this way. So don't venture to rush in that Ujjal Nilmani. There is a book where only Madhura Rasa has been dealt in details. And very shortly that is given here and there in Chaitanya Charitamrita in a well-guarded way. We have our approach only there. And whatever little we have heard from Guru Maharaj, from his lips, sometimes we like a star here and there. We look at them, not a detailed account we have gone through the whole self. But whatever we have heard, that is enough, and we hope one day we may be allowed to enter that domain in any life. A vague representation, Ujjal Nirmani. That is good. Sakhi, Narma Sakhi, Priya Sakhi. In this way, so many groups of Sakhi. And there are then Manjari and department, so many things there are. That is on our head, on the upper side of our attainment. We are hoping, but not unnaturally enter there as a trespasser. That everything will be spoiled. We are not ready to spoil our fortune. Whatever we have got, there is much there. There is much. But any greater prospect, which is impossible for mankind to reach there, why should I be so much ardent, impatient, and to spoil my prospect? I won't go to spoil. What we have got, that is enough. There is enough food. And if we do not find any food there, then to find food to run up, that would be that will be treachery. Eagerness is good, but rushing is foolish. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Ujjal Nirmani. Chakravarti Thakur has given just in 3 of his summary books. Kiran Bindu Kana. Kiran Ujjal Nirmani. No. Kiran Bindu Kana. Kana Bhagavata Amrita Kana. Kiran Ujjal Nirmani. Mani Kiran. Ray of the gems. Luster of the gems. And Bindu, a particle of the nectar. And Bindu, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Bindu, a drop of water of the ocean. Kiran Bindu Kama. There he has mentioned in a very short sketch, short. Hare Krishna, Gaur Hari Bol. Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Gaur Hari Bol.
If there's no one, if Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur did not approve of his disciples to read such a book as Ujjal Nilamani,
Yes.
then who was the book written for?
We are not atheists. That before reading that book, if I die, my prosperity is gone forever. Don't think like that. if I am there in the soil, I am safe. One day I must get that. He gave me some hints. He gave me admission by requesting me to sing the song of the Rupa Manjari. And I think that he has given, at least many of our friends told that he has given you admission. His good wish is there, that I may not misunderstand at least. A gatekeeper. And by the name of Bhakti Raksak, they say that I am the protector, but I think that I am a gatekeeper. A gatekeeper. By this name, he has appointed me as a gatekeeper who will go in. You want to see Hare Krishna. So I am not giving passport or visa to anyone and that. Hare Krishna. বৈকুণ্ঠীর প্রসিদ্ধবাদী সকলই চিন্ময় মায়ের ভূতে তাহা জন্ম নাহি হয়. We have to be conscious that the soil of that land is more valuable than by which we are made of. We tapastha jiva, the material by which we have been created, and where we are wanted to enter, that is a more valuable type of material. The water, the earth, the air, everything. If I be not a traitor of this sort of understanding, then how can I venture? I am allowed to go. I am required to go over, putting my footsteps, what is more pure and venerable for me, only for the necessity from that region. That is free. It is not so cheap, it is the most valuable. Jiva Goswami has mentioned in Sandarbha that why Shukdev did not take the name of Radharani in Bhagavad. He came, he approached, and almost was going to take her name, but he shuddered and pushed back. That is the opinion of thinking the audience, the characteristic of the audience. Shukdev, he approached to take the name, but again he came back. No. What is the thought underlying this of Jiva Goswami? So we preachers, we must follow that. With scrupulousness. Ujjava Ragavata Gaurava Bhange. So our Guru Maharaj is said to be the incarnation of Jiva Goswami, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Jiva. So Vicharaka Iva Jivaka. I have read, I heard, I put it in his poem. and also in another place. Kaviraj Naruttama, Raghurupa Sanatana Kirti Dharam, Dharani Bharahara Sanatana Kirti Dharam, Dharani Tala Kirti Jiva Kabin. He was the protector of the Bhakti Rasa, and Raghavata Gaurava Bhangi as Jiva Goswami did. Jiva doing Ravirakhitam. It is high above, and tried to prove that from evidences from different scriptures, from this Puran, Tantra, Ved, Upanishad, Mahabharata, Jiva Goswami's function was to prove that what Rupa and Sanatana gave, that is the highest in the theological world. To prove that. That was his function. And our Guruji's function was similar. To prove that he is above and come to understand these steps and make it understand with me. Come. I won't allow you to spread blasphemy about the same. That is my duty. And Gaudiya Math mainly for that. That it is high, higher than the highest. And you all come to fight in the lower position, lower plane. Sruti is Vimigyan. All this Sruti, revealed truth, in different expressions. They are only showing in that direction. That is the position of the thing. Sruti is Vimigyan. They are particularly showing the direction only. That is this side. And not taken into and analyzed and testing, not like that. It is so valuable, it is adhukshaja. It is the harem of Sri Krishna himself. Must not be undervalued, undermined. That is the danger in it. The danger of undervaluation. That must be guarded with all our might. And it will be self-effulgent. When it will come, it will awaken in one's heart, it is apatihata, irresistible. And then it will be full-fledged. It will be natural. It will be natural growth. One won't be able to retard, to catch the rain of his progress. Won't be able. It should be such natural. I will find that he is surrounded by that plane, no help. It is such. It will come down. The higher atmosphere will come down to surround. I myself, in the lowest order, I have some experience of the adhukshaja knowledge. One day I was sitting on that chair there and talking with Manoviram Prabhu and the Sajjananand Prabhu. Suddenly I found there's some subtle plane of knowledge came down and they captured my whole consciousness. My consciousness, limited consciousness, as if it is surrounded. And even at the bottom, at the disposal of that higher knowledge, I felt. So much so that when it is dawn, at few seconds, or half a minute or a minute, then it vanished. I began to tell to those that now I am experiencing some wonderful thing, that higher consciousness has come down and it has surrounded me on all sides. I think my ego is within another atmosphere, and that is like something like mist, but that is conscious, not any other thing, not even, and because that is a conscious of higher substance than I am, than my knowledge. I felt it. Then I thought, no, we are told that when one is going to Vaikuntha in a chariot, there is this token of chariot. Comes under surrounding, and whenever I felt myself helpless, wherever it will go, I am captured, a captive, I shall have to go there. I felt. I am helpless here. Wherever this consciousness will go, I am a captive within that, in the self. I shall have to go, no other alternative. I conceived this. So that I have come to, that is adhuk saja. Higher consciousness came down, and within and without I found that thing. Anyhow, it was my feeling that is higher consciousness coming down and surrounding me, and I am a captive in its hand. And wherever this will go, I will have to go as a captive. That was my feeling at that time. Previously also I had some conception, what is soul, what is Krishna consciousness, like flesh. But this is outside. A certain flesh of knowledge. Again, I am there, and it is outside. Some flesh came, went. This Vishwarup Adhyaya in Bhagavad, not Vishwarup, and that's Triodash Adhyaya. Sarvata Panipadandat Sarvadukhi Shirumukham Sarvata Srujiman Loki Sarvamavirtatishthati. That sort of conception of the Lord suddenly came as a flash and went, vanished. That is all external experience, though purely conscious. But this time I felt that as a captive of that knowledge. So, higher knowledge is possible, which is not object to us, which is not object. I am a subject, and that is an object. Generally, things are like that, high or low, but I am subject. But if we are to enter Vaikuntha, all were surrounded by our Guru, who above or below, the whole atmosphere, the land of Guru. Everyone to be served, everyone to be served, and no one to enjoy or to exploit. Everyone, the whole atmosphere to be served. I am the only servant, and it is required that I shall serve the whole environment. I am to enter into that plot. Have I got such faith in me of that standard? That there may be such a place where from the bottom to the up, things of all my consideration is all venerable, and I am to serve all of them. I am the only servant, and the whole environment is to be served. Such sincere feeling we must have first. Otherwise, I am a disbeliever. I am an enemy to the cult of devotion proper. I can't be a traitor. I am a disbeliever. If I can't believe that Parabhom is a sphere which is constituted by all venerable unit to me, then how can I enter there? Only the plea of service. I am called, come to serve me. Only I can go there. Otherwise I cannot put my foot in the venerable flame. So I believe that. So, Salpamapasya dharmasya trayati mahatu bhayat. The faith that such things is existent, all venerable soil, the whole soil is venerable, such things exist, such firm faith, that is enough. Others will come from them, the land of guardian. They are well-wisher. How much I can love myself, my interest. How can love a child? How can the child knows to love him? His mother, his father, the guardian, they love the child more than the child can discriminate and love himself. So we must have faith in the guardian, in the higher conception of the plane, that there is such, there is consideration, there is affection, there is judgment, there is grace, mercy in the land of my guardian. That is enough to have real faith in such, not an imaginary philosophic faith, but practical, a theoretical, a philosophical understanding what to do. Hare Krishna. God is there, Krishna is there everywhere. He is looking after me to have such consciousness, concrete consciousness, real consciousness. The vigilance eye, the guardian's eye. I am bathing. I am bathing in the nectar and glance of my Lord. From here. The ray of His grace is bathing me. Under His gracious look, merciful look, in front of that I am. If I have found faith, there is no miscalculation on the other side. When I have got my position real in a particular step, he is there. Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Suraya Diviva Chakshuratatam. Like a sun, the grand eye with mercy extended towards us on our head. I am taking bath the sun ray, the graceful ray of the Lord, and taking bath always in that. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Gaur Hari, Gaur Hari. Gaur Hari, Gaur. Jai Gaur Hari Bol, Jai Gaur Hari Bol, Jai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Gaur Hari Bol, Jai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Gaur Hari Bol, Jai Gaur Hari Bol.
Is this what Puri Maharaj of Kalna, he said Rupanuga Dhara?
Guru Maharaj?
Of Kalna.
Yes.
He said Rupanuga Dhara.
Yes, Rupanuga Dhara.
Dhara means?
Dhara is current.
Uh-huh.
The current Dhara. There is line, lineage of current. The stream. The current of pure love that is coming through Sri Rupa Goswami and his predecessors and successors. But he is the middle figure. His predecessors' line has been collected and scientifically identified him, and then through him it is passing afterwards. According to Mahaprabhu's advice, Rupa Goswami has given a scientific form of that dhara, of that current. And what is passing through him to this side, we are followers of that. We want to take bath in that stream. And following that stream, we want to go up. Gaur Sundar, Gaur Hari, Gaur Hari, Gaur Hari. Gaur. I have written a poem about Prabhupada Pranamanta. Gauri Gangotati, the land has Gaur, Gangotati on the banks of the Ganges. Gauri Gangotati, Gauri Gangotati, Briyabhida Nabadwipitu, Nabadwipitu, Gauri Gangotati, Briyabhida Nabadwipitu, Mayapuri, and this, the Bengal, the Gaur Desh, on the banks of the Ganges, Gangotati, Briyabhida or Parabhaya, which is not identified with Brija, Vrindavan, is separate, which is double or the separate expression of Vrindavan himself, Briyabhida, Navadvipa, New Vrindavan, or cigarette Vrindavan, Gupta Vrindavan, or Parab Vrindavan, Mayapuri, in the village of Mayapur, Sri Chaitanya Matha Prakashakaparu, who established there, Sri Chaitanya Math, Jivaika Kalyanudhi, for the highest benefit of the Jiva at large. Jivaika Kalyanudhi, Gauri Gangadati Pajanavadvipi to Mayapuri Sri Chaitanya Matha Prakasha Kavaru Jivaika Kalyanudhi. What is only, the only good of Jiva that was within his mind, and for that he established Chaitanya Math in Mayapur. Sri Siddhanta Saraswati ti Vidito, and he was known by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. Yes. He is the Gauriya Gudmanai in the lineage of the Gauriya Vaishnava. His name is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. Gauriya Gudmanai Bhatu Bhanuriva. He Bhatu Bhanuriva. He expressed himself, no. He shined like a sun in the morning. He shined like a morning sun. Bhatu Bhanuriva Prabhatavani Rupanuga Pujita, and worshipped by the followers of Sri Rupa Goswami. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, he established Chaitanya Math on the banks of the Ganges, Mayapur, in Gauradesha, what is a separate facsimile of Vrindavan, and in the name of Guru Parampara, in the spiritual lineage, he, as Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, he was shining like a morning sun and being worshipped by the followers of Rupa Goswami. Rupanuga Pujita. Surjupasana is done by Radharani. Radharani is worshipper of Surya outwardly. Bhanukunda, all these things. Vrishabhanu and the line of Surya, his father's relation. So Bhatu Bhanuriva, Prabhata Gagani, and the morning sun, mild ray, Sunday, Rupanuga Pujita, and all the true followers of Rupa Goswami, they surrounded him with their veneration and materials to worship him. Rupanuga Janero Jivan in the Prabhupada's own language, in the Guru Parampara. Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nayana, Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya, who is none but Radha Krishna combined. Rupanuga Janero Jivan is the very life of the section of Rupanuga. Vishwambhara Priyankara, Sri Sarupa Jamodara, and the very favorite of Vishwambhara, Mahaprabhu, Sarup Damodar, and Sri Goswami, Rupa Sanatan, and both those Goswami brothers known by Rupa and Sanatan. The name was given by Mahaprabhu himself, Rupa Sanatan. Rupa Priya Mahajan, Jiva. Then the favorite of Rupa is Jiva as well as Raghunath, and Radha Priya Kavi Krishna Das. Then the next step, the Krishna Das Kaviraj, the writer of Chaitanya Charitamrita, he is connected with Raghunath. Kavi Krishna Das Priya Varan Haruttama Seva Param. Though Krishna Das's guru was Raghunath, but Prabhupada saw that the dhara, the current from Kaviraj coming to Narottam Thakur, the similar current, the Ragamarga. Narottama Priya Vishwanath Chakravarti, then it came Vishwanath Chakravarti, then Baladev and Jagannath. Then Bhakti Vinod Thakur, in him he could trust that the same current of the same high quality in Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and then Gaurkishore Babaji Maharaj also added. And then you see, I have got always the eternal aspiration to serve the holy feet of Radharani. Shivar Sodhanugi Bada Sada Shekmu Seva Para Taharo Dvaita Dasana. And that person's name is Dvaita Das. Dvaita Dasanam. Aishad Horijan. And I am trying to do this service to this lineage to satisfy my Guru Gauranga and Radha Govinda. In this way he is giving his own the knowledge of his position. What is his position there? We are to follow that, the spirit, and not the form we find there. The physical connection has been ignored, and the flow of the pure knowledge has been traced there in Guru Parampara. And we have to believe, if we have got faith in such thing, then we are a real follower of Gaudiya Math and its creed. If we have these Sahajas, they attack us, oh, they have no Guru Parampara, they are all lost. Who will care for that? They have no guardian, guardianless. They are all mushrooms, Gaudiya Math. Guru was a mushroom. No lineage to be traced. What are they? That is their kolahal, their loud noise.
Accusation.
Loud noise. The Shastra is there, the development, Ramananda Rai, and then other Shastra collected by that is Sat Sandarbha, through which we have to understand the Bhagavata, Mahabharata, Gita, and all this Shastra. And where is the substance we are hankering that? The goods, where is the goods is? That is good shade. The real good shade. We want to purchase a ticket surrounding the good shed. It is located here. The Gita says, the Bhagavata says, the Mahabharata says, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and that is the approval with our heart. Priyadam jadi kutu pridabhati, wherever it is available, in whatever market it is available, and deposit the money, purchase it at once. No haggling and haggling of the
Price.
Haggling,
Haggling. Bargaining.
Bargaining. In a tedious way. No, wherever you find it, purchase any value. Wherever you find it. In Bhagavad Gita, get the trace of such valuable thing. In Mahabharata and in Bhagavatam, here and there, such valuable thing is possible, it is existing. Then wherever you find it, purchase it at once. No cost is more for that. Gaur Hari Gaur. So I would like to stop here today. What's the time?
20 to 10.
20 to 10. Gaur Hari Gaur Hari.
Jai
Jai Gaur Hari Gaur. Gaur Hari Gaur. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati.
Jai.
Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj.
Jai.
Maharaj. Aranya Maharaj, Parvat Maharaj, Anand Maharaj, Bhakti Vindagi, Jai 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 Jai